Welcome, everybody. Um, Send a link to my guests. I don't know. Be waiting, but give me a chance. I could stay focusing the camera. And thanks, everybody, for coming in. Oops, I forgot to put the chat up there. So let me go. Salute. Holla at your boy. You know how we do it over here, ladies? We get a special treatment. Give me a second. Thank you for being here, Jojo. Much appreciated. Mi hermana del otro país. I say my sister from the other country. Okay. I'm here on time. Stop it. I'll kick you out. Salute. Tech Preacher. Okay, so today I'm doing it and look at the camera. Ask me anything question towards content creation in a little bit and stuff like that. Hey, what I got in my mouth, but whatever. Let me take a sip of water. Well, let me get started, do my intro. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome. This is Tech for Your Needs. And today is Ask Me Anything towards related content creation. And it's going to be a format of interview. A person going to interview me. And because I ask for questions, but I don't have to reach in the pool, I guess. On Twitter, nobody left anything. So I said, hell with it. I'm going to do my style then. I got to make, something. So with that said, I got a funny story. I don't know how late's gonna be my guest or not. I just do it myself. I answer myself when I continue. The show must go on. If you know that song reference. Lulu, you bought a Rodecaster? Oh hell no. Well, I shouldn't say it like that. I don't have the type of funds right now. Software. The software that we use have soundboard. So let me clear that. And I wish they have one or two buttons that you can add your own sound to the software that I use to stream. And here's a question. Salute to Bionic. What would you prefer, a camera? Yeah, I prefer a camera. I mean, right now I'm using the Sony C1 for now, but, nothing wrong with the Rodecaster. I mean, I would like to have one, but currently it's not needed. Okay, let me go back over here. Another question, what is perfect camera? What is perfect camera? There's no such thing as a perfect camera, but use what best suit you. There's no brand, nothing. Whatever works, because some people go with brand loyalty. It's not about that. If you could get in a minimum of resources and funds that you have, you could get what you want. If you have a lot of funds, go for anything and anything. But to answer this question, I don't think this such thing is perfect. I could use this intermediate with my Sony CV1, the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I could use those stuff like that and put them together and stuff like that and come out with the video or whatever I'm doing at that time. So you could use both, interact with both and use both. So let me drink water because I'm thirsty. Yeah, I don't think this is such as product. So let me go back over here. Some more questions. Go to Tech Preacher. Adobe Premiere or DaVinci. What editing software should I stick with? Okay, in my opinion, I don't use this software, but I gather information when I talk to people, and my resources and everything that I talk. So, give me a second, folks. Anyway, I'm back. My apologies. So let me get back to the subject. I think Da Vinci, because Da Vinci, well, from what I'm gathering, if you buy certain stuff, you could get it, or if you pay for it, you pay once, and you get all the upgrades. On Premiere Pro, you got to keep updating. But I mean, it's do what is best and suit your needs. For example, which one you more comfortable? That you got to learn DaVinci because you already been in dating and using Adobe Premiere for a while. And if you invested a lot of money on plugins and all that, you got to think. If you could move those plugins over there and it is transferable, then yes. It's a lot of, variables, thinking, and stuff like that. So let me go down the letter. So give me a second before I trying to find. Bear with me, folks. I lost track of what I was doing. So I don't know. It jumped a question. So I'm trying to get back. Type that like hot shit. Oh, let's keep it PG-13. Let me get back over here. How you doing? Thanks for coming in and being here. Okay, let me go back. Even for the ladies, hey you, aka Chen. Thanks for being here. Let me go back down the ladder. Okay. Why I'm addicted to technology? Should I seek help? Oh yeah, my brother. As much as I love you, I've been there since like day one. Yeah, you need a big intervention. But no, I mean, there's equipment that is going to aid in facilitate your work and your speed. Then that's good. But if you invest in one area a lot, then to go to another area, because I understand some people got Canon and they want to go to or jump or vice versa, but it's not feasible at the current moment. So that makes sense. Favorite food? I got three favorite foods since Jojo asked that question. And my three favorite food, well, I got four for different country. Puerto Rican, of course, Dominican, Mexican. What is the other one? Italian food. So that's four favorite food. Oh, thanks for the advice. Yeah, much appreciated. I mean, I mean, take appreciate. Yeah, it depends because starting over. Maybe that's why you haven't switched to the Sony because starting over is another whole investment. But then again, just joking. You bought a mic. Those that know, they know. I'm just messing with you. But now, all seriousness, if you invest in an area and it's already heavily invested, more than 75%, then jump in. If it's feasible for the pocket, yeah, go for it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, thanks for being here, Tech. Salute, the Tech boy, the Tech News. Okay, so my S22 Plus is kind of broken. So my guess is here. If you're ready, go like this. Um, give me a second. Let me know when you're ready. Just put your thumb up, and I'll bring you in. So yeah, I'm gonna answer the question, and then I'm gonna explain what we're doing. And okay, should I get A21 Ultra or a Moto 22? Well, I say get the 21 Ultra. It's better because you get it for a discount. But if you can find a discount for the 22, it depends on your budget. And if it's renew. If it's new, if it's aftermarket, you got to look that it's official, that it's not a scam. Because I stopped 3 family members for getting scammed. Because one, I don't know why he's buying a Ultra 23. Well, he was always been an iPhone, but he said I just got the itch to try something else because I want to expand my horizon in case I want to become a YouTuber in the tech realm. I said, okay, that makes sense. So it is what it is. Let me bring my guest. Are you ready? I guess he's ready. And he went black. I don't know if he's ready or not. So anyway, I continue. Let me know when you're ready. He'll come back. He's having issues probably because he left. Okay, let me see if I can bring my guest back. Oh, there you go. Hey.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Loud and clear. Is it sound fine?
Good.
Yeah, let me read this.
A lot of issues today, but I'm here. Sorry for the delay.
Oh, thank you. That's fine. I appreciate it. Where did you buy your tech? Most of my tech has come from Amazon, but then again, a few from Best Buy, but I'm into Micro Center. And let me explain how we're going to continue this from now on. So we're going to do this as a format. I'm going to be the guest. He's going to interview me, and I'm going to put the question. So instead of me running the show, Sharky's going to run the show. If nothing crash or nothing bad happen.
Yeah, right.
So let me put this question up, and you can read it and answer it. Once I put it up, you can read it and answer. I'll stay quiet. So
that what one? Oh, okay.
So how do you understand the format? You the boss, and I'm just the operator.
Okay. You want me to read that?
Yeah, go ahead. It's your show. You're gonna interview me. You're gonna do everything if you don't mind.
Okay. I was looking at the OnePlus 11 with a cracked screen on eBay, but it doesn't have video out. Wow, really? I thought they all had that. No.
Oh, that's strange. They don't have video out.
Yeah.
Why do you need video out? Can you do the same thing by mirroring? If you could mirror, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you got the questions. You got it?
Yeah, no, I jotted them
okay.
down.
Whenever you want to start doing that, you could do that. We're just gonna go back and forth.
Yeah, I'm ready. And to be clear to the audience, you guys can do follow-ups on whatever we're talking about, right? So.
Yeah, so let me give you more context before we continue. The purpose of this is y'all to get to know me better. A bunch of y'all know me better. I wanted to do more into tech and stuff like that. So I did a bunch of questions. We don't have to follow any order, but it's whatever, just for for the fun of it. So it's gonna be like a chat conversation type of stuff. I'm just gonna go back and relax, and I just keep putting questions there. He read it, he asks me some, and we go back and forth, we chit chat, and y'all could, intermingle and talk and and response. Okay, with that, let's get started.
Can you hear me now?
Audio is now perfect.
All right. So, what made you become a content creator? Why did you choose to become one?
The reason I became a content creator because I was seeing when I started watching YouTube, when I got my first phone of Android, it was not the first phone, but that type of phone with a touch screen. I said, wait a minute, there's a lot of false people. People are, and honestly, people are trying to get the bag. There was energy phones. There was no good, no bueno. People buy, people get mad. Then people get mad at the person that lose their credit. So I said, you know what? Since I love tech, I'm going to be true and justice. And I'll just say what I'm going to do. And honesty is the best policy. I don't want nobody to get ripped. I work hard for my money. I bought 2 phones, returned it back because they were garbage. They was way, way below. And back then, Android was not all that. So I said, okay. I got the G1, but I bought a couple of extra phones. And I said, okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to give it a try because I want to give the best information that I can and the best with what I have and what I tested and not fluff it for the bag. And that's the honest truth.
Okay. Makes sense to me. It's a good answer. Very, very comprehensive.
Mm-hmm.
What social media platforms do you use or at
I
least
got
use
three
the most?
social media platforms that I use. I use YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. They're the main one. And one bonus that I use here and there is Tread.
What was the last one? Sorry.
Tread.
Oh, Threads as part of Instagram. Right. Okay. Fair enough. And I guess we could throw in Clubhouse, which isn't really, it's more of a social media audio, right? So
Oh, and Clubhouse, but Clubhouse is the fifth, but that's a way, way, way into the galaxy.
yeah, yeah. Not doing so well, but it's good for some things, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, we made some nice connections. Like I see Cheng in the
Yeah,
chat,
true.
and sure. So there it is, you know.
You know
Hey,
what? To tell you the truth, and honesty is the best policy. Clubhouse is the best networking app. Other than that, I don't know because it's all change. So
It's only good. I agree. It's only really the value you get out of it, if there's any, at least for I'll speak for myself, and maybe, but for others may feel that others may feel the same way. Is the it's the networking, the connections, and it's the education. Whether I'm learning or I'm helping contribute to teaching.
mhm.
That's really it. The rest of it can be fun sometimes, but then it can be toxic as well. So yeah, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, it is
So
true. And if y'all have questions, don't be shy. Ask anything related toward content creation, and I'll answer to my best ability and what I can.
yeah. Um, how did you choose tech as your niche, or why, or even why?
Okay, so it was a while back. I have almost done a community college, so I went to the business round, but it was a special mix, not regular degree. So it was business, but it was business management in the office. So how to be a manager in the office. So it's called office management. They had the degree and the certificate. So I took the certificate because I couldn't finish because I did 98% of actual the degree. So I said, okay, math, it was hard. I didn't finish the degree. So I was looking in high school. I went to a vocational, and I say I studied editing and all that. So let me give it a try. I was getting into technology. I was loving computers and stuff like that. So I went to computer networking, and that's how I got in because of my background computer networking. So I got into the tech niche. So people ask me how to fix phones because I started studying and learning. So I was the tech guru with the families. I said, oh, let me put this on camera and see what's happened. And that's how I did it.
Right. So it became kind of a natural transition at that point, right?
Correct.
Okay. Cool. How do you manage your time effectively?
Well, now this week I made a promise and I'm going to do a trial 7 days. And this is what I do. I say either 3 or 4 days it's going to be content creation. But I saw this from a actual creator. I'm going to do like from 10 to 2. And that's it. In those times, I got to get the content creation done. And after that, it's all personal. If I need to clean, if I need to do anything, go out, whatever. But I decided to do that and try to go to sleep early and all those stuff. That's my challenge for this week and see what I come up with and work on videos that I'm going to film tomorrow. So I'm already got everything charged, everything ready to go. I don't know what switch I did in my head, but I just feel like it's the niche not the niche, proper English. The itch that I got to create videos, not just stay here and do live stream only.
Right. Right. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
How do you choose moderators for the social media platforms, like when you're live, whether it's this, YouTube or Twitter Spaces or Clubhouse?
Well, I got to get to know you. If you appear all the time, it's not because you appear all the time. I'm just going to give you the wrench because I was in a live stream yesterday, and we was talking about that subject. So I just asked the persons want to do because that's daytime. They're not getting paid. So I say if you need help in something or research or any bone that I could throw you because it's not fair. Oh, I'm just gonna put you. Some people like that, but if you're working hard, I don't have a big channel, but some other channels work hard. They're big and all that. So I'm decided, look, you're doing this out of your time because you care. So let me give you something back. Help you and stuff like that because it's not fair. Oh, I'm gonna point you. That's it. No, that's not. If I could help you on a graphic or something, I'll do it. So you got to give back to your moderator because it's not fair for them. They're doing it because out of their kindness, and some of them do it without being moderators, and that's how you be like, oh, this person's very helpful. Let me ask, and they might do it. They might say, no, I'm not here all the time. So it could be a lot of variables. But I look quality people and people that are there all the time helping me out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sounds good to me. I mean, I know you're a great, host and do a great job in general with, again, picking me and others for the moderation here, and of course in your, Clubhouse house, content creator chill space, and of course in the, of course, last but not least, and Twitter Spaces when we do those. So, you want me to read that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the most challenging part of? Is it social media, or she just means social? Maybe she just means social media. I'm not sure. That's a typo.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll leave it at social media. The more hard challenging is the beginning of the stages, because if you come with no knowledge, you got to learn everything. Then the second stage is all about once you got everything learn consistency and time management. Other than that, you already established enough to know how to edit in a little bit. With time come improvement, and every time try to improve 1%. That's how I answer that.
Sounds fair to me. What do you think the best ways are to network with other creators?
Be respectful, help them on the live stream, be around with them. They ask questions on social media, answer it, and they be like, oh, this dude is always around. Oh, I want to get to know that person better. And then later, you could go and interact with that person, be like, can we do a collab or something? Because you already offer your value proposition. That's important. Not be like, hey, Mr. Beast, can you collab with me? You're like, who are you? No matter if you 5 million or however amount of subscribers you have, versus little, some people be like, wait a minute, you didn't give me enough value proposition. Why would I want to help you? I don't know if you agree with me on that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, there has to be something. And what's up, everyone? Nice to see you all. Tech Bernice and Sharkman. Hey, Mr. Noble.
Okay.
Yeah. And how would you initiate a collaboration? How do you initiate them when and if you do them?
Okay, so it's easy. And this is very important. This is the one that I want to speak to everybody. So I'm getting close to the camera. Do a nice proposition value, but when you do it, give a couple of pillars and key point of what you're getting out of it, because it got to be for both ways. It's not a one way. Well, if you do this, okay, I wanted to help in something else, or okay, this is A through C. This is what we're gonna do. If you like it, let me know. If not, it's fine. But at least you put that out there, because some people be like, help me to do another video, and that's it, and that's all. Okay, what is the best phone for 2024? An example, but you got to do more, because you want that person to be a friend, a recurring customer. It's like advertising. I see it like that. If you give me your time, I'm grateful for your time. I'm not going to be an asshole and take advantage of that. Oh, you did this for me. Okay, sometimes, like I said earlier, going back to the earlier question, it's the same. Give back to the person that is helping you because they did it out of their kind. I don't know if that makes sense. And make sure that you're 100% clear and precise of what you want on the collab to see if it meets on both ways halfway.
Yeah, I would agree. That makes a lot of sense to me. I know you're looking at that upcoming series. What is it? Most useful tech, and that's you only gonna want to work with people who have a clear-cut concept of what they want to do and what they bring to the table, right? So that makes sense.
Okay, let me see if let me read this one and see.
You want to read that?
Yeah.
It might be how do I get better at making YouTube videos? Are you trolling?
Well, you get better by doing them, but also let me preface this: if you got good friends, have them critique your video before you release it. Have people watch it. It's called mastermind groups. You could do a mastermind group. I got a whole formula that already written of being a mastermind group and everything. And I'm going to present it to certain people. And we could meet up certain day and do like We don't have to stay long because the file could be shared and you could watch it on your own and you could give feedback on that group. And that's what I'm going to foster. I'm not this week, next week, I'm going to go reach out people. Already sharp finished out the master group letter. And within the mastermind group and getting better with videos, make sure, and I'll say this because very important, make that clear and also do a second set of rules. Whatever we say here is stay here. Because I know mastermind group have failed and people have backstabbed each other. So you got to be having like a little, not legal, but legal. You get what I mean? Because in case something fall apart, and excuse my language, shit hit the fan, you're like, no, this was part of the rules. You signed this, and that's it. I don't know if that makes sense. Because you never know. Some people are like, oh, Luis told me that he get $5,000, and I'm telling you that you get $300. And some people could tell you, because we're talking about income, how much to make brand deals, everything involved. So you gotta have trustworthy people. That's the key.
Yeah, I would agree. And you can vet them. You can vet them up the wazoo when sometimes things don't work out. So there's that, right? But you certainly do as much as you can to make sure you're working with the right people, especially with something like that. I like what you just said because, for example, like you say, they could be poaching ideas, right? And if you do say too much about, unless you trust them to that degree of whatever sponsorship or brand deal, and they might try to, maybe not poach that, but just, you know what I mean? Just like, well, let me try to piggyback on that, which I guess is fine. It's fine if it's appropriate.
And I got a big one. Oh, let me go try to get more money because he undercut himself. So you never know. But I don't care about that part. That part, I mean, you're not going to know. But still, right. Or even be like, you got that deal? But that's what the deal that I was going for. And now you feel hopeful because they stole your deal.
Right.
Trust me, what happened in one of my jobs. I applied for a job to be relatable, and a person just got the job.
No, it happens. May the best person win, right? But then, like you say, if you get the specifics of money, you say, and then someone else gets less. And it's like, well, why did he get more than I did? I've been working my butt off. It's like, well, maybe he's more. That was the value that you can't feel that way, right? You should all, like Mr. Noble says, help each other. I mean, it just is what it is. You can't. It's like you said, whether it's a job or some kind of deal or what any kind of partnership type thing. Maybe it's a speakership at a conference or something. I mean, it clearly whoever the person is that's coordinated on the you might say client or vendor side or whatever it is, right? That's ultimately their call, right? So you can't. That pettiness should never become can easily become toxic, and the idea is to not let it. Everything is you don't want to let things get devolve and degenerate to that point, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, when I put a question, you can read it. I don't have to keep saying read it.
How do I become a mastermind? Yeah.
Well, okay.
Enough, Sean.
Yeah, trying to, but I want to answer because people might understand, and I explained a little bit, but I wanted more context if you don't mind, because this is very helpful for a lot of people. The mastermind, you already do it, LaShawn, you do it with Gigi and them. You look at the videos before you release it, critique it, and have all that, and have the right people, have the right paperwork and everything. As much you could know a person 30 years. There's people that have been 50 years married and they divorce. There's nothing wrong with that. People fall off apart. But, you just want to leave in good terms if things fall off apart. That's what I'm saying. And there's no such thing becoming a mastermind group. Somebody just decided, I want to do this because Mr. Beast even did it. And when you do mastermind group, don't have a just person. Have a person that will this is how you do it. You don't need a just person. I learned that from Mr. B. Doing an interview, it's like, I have 5 people. We was like 10K, and we was criticizing like we was like a 1 million subscribers channel. And that's how you improve. Don't sugarcoat it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I like it. That makes sense. Support your family circle. Yeah, would agree.
Yeah.
Looks like Tech Boy has a question.
Okay, I'll put it up.
How do you get devices to test? Do you order them, test them, and return them?
Well, with that, it's a fine line. People have done that, but if you go in and do it, let's say you go to Best Buy number 1, we'll call it, and you do that 30 times, Best Buy number 1 is going to cash out, and you're going to be on the naughty list. I mean, and it sucks because you're doing a disservice to your audience because you don't have the means to do 6 months later review. How is the device's aging? You could do the initial impression and then and get an idea. Because if you've been dealing with Samsung all these years, you know that you could do a review in less than 30 days. It's nothing wrong. The minor incrementals are not going to be up there. I don't know if you agree with me, Shark Fin, but I'm thinking that, if you've already established you could do that, we all don't have money. But also, if your friends are willing to lend you devices with a caviar, because you don't want nobody stole it because it happened in the past, or put everything in like it's supposed to be. But okay, if you use this device because I'm not using it, something happened, you got to pay me. That's fine if you could find people like that. We all don't have the cash and the means when you're starting. Once you establish, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
Or you could get, one more, sorry to interrupt you. Or if you have enough devices, you could do is in and out money. I call this is my term that I call. I used it. I did what I had to do for 6-7 months. I'm gonna get rid of it because I got to pay for another one. That's my definition of in and out.
The idea is don't go into too much debt, getting too many phones or tablets or laptops, right, with multiple lines and all the rest, phone lines and all the rest of it. If you can avoid it, just try to do it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a perfect sample since we're talking about the subject. Here's a review, and I'm not gonna review this. I'm gonna tell you this like bunch of pillars. I don't know how many, but initial impression. What else you could talk? Maybe you could throw in if you want to talk about how easy or hard was the initial setup. Software, camera, and overall opinion at the end. And those multiple videos. There it goes. You could do a bunch of videos.
Absolutely. You get a lot. You can get a lot of it just one device, just 3, 4, or 5 videos easily. Right?
Oh, and ad reviews. How these ad work with this device compared to others. You could do that too.
Right.
I have been selling devices. Oh, never mind. You can read it.
I've been selling my devices, but was thinking of ordering phones using Amazon Prime and returning after 30 days.
But you gotta be careful because if they catch on to that, then you'll be on the naughty list.
Do it too often, yeah.
Yeah, too often.
Maybe technically you could look at something like Amazon Renewed, right? Because then I think you get I think one of them you get 3 months, I think, and the other one you get the Amazon Prime Renewed. I think it's a year, so that's very generous. I mean, if you decide not to keep it, I mean, if there's something wrong with it, you want to send it back quickly, right? But if not, you could just do it's just that that's one approach that someone could use. I like the fact that you're getting something that's kind of secondhand, refurbed, even if it's certified or whatever it is, like with Apple, right? But with the Amazon Renewed, you just get that extra, 3 months is a lot of time. So and I don't think they may. I'm not saying we're not advocating for this, Tech Boy, but that's enough time to really try it out and make some content on it. And if you really decide it's not for you at that point, I wouldn't advocate doing it often all the time, but that's one way you could rotate devices and you're still with, fairly new devices as opposed to ones that are older, say 2 or 3 or more years, right? So you want me to read the scoops?
Yeah.
Okay, now I know there isn't a quote-unquote perfect camera that exists, but if you could combine aspect to create a Franken camera, what would they be? I guess aspects, yeah.
Oh, I got the answer. I don't know which one is full frame. I don't know if it's Sony. I don't know if it's FX30 or FX3. Whatever full frame is, that combined with this, because I could use this probably as a monitor. What else? And whatever attachment I could attach to the camera to make it the Frankenstein camera, I'll use that. I'll take a light tripod, preferable, whatever is light to carry around when I do that. And then I'll, if it's blogging, and I'll use, the handheld tripods. So, I'm not there yet, but I like that camera, so I could do a lot with the camera. And I'm not 100% sure if they take XLR microphones. If it does, I'll put one of those too and stuff like that. So that's what I Frankenstein.
Like it. Mr. Noble had on. I use my iPhones for everything I do. They work awesome for content creation. yeah, I mean, you can get away
Yeah,
with it if it's producing the quality, then why not, right? If it
yeah. And I agree, but also a lot of people over here study with their phones and they migrate to better camera. Once you level up, because you always want to level up. Once you get to a certain point, you're making money and you want to take this to the next level. Because, the iPhone, it could take you so much and so long. But if you want, and then the brand deals, if a brand deal be like, oh, come and record this for me, you're not going to come with a brand deal with an iPhone. They were like, okay, can you help me record this? Bring your equipment, and we put some of our equipment, and you're like, oh, this is all I got. I don't know. It's just different case and different niche and different situations. So a phone could go so long depending on the situation. But my friend was asked to do a brand deal, and he couldn't do it because he didn't have equipment to do it. It was NTV. It had the phone. Yeah, you could do it with the phone, but you only have one phone. You know, he had 6K subscribers, so he couldn't do it. I'm not gonna say no name, but it was just a heartbreaking situation that he lost money. 3 digits of
wow,
money, bro. What can you do?
yeah. But here's the thing: it's an interesting question in the sense that you don't, or topic in the sense that they may not know you're using a phone, right, or a tablet. So there's that, right? If you don't list in the description, like either in your channel or in the description for your videos or live streams, right, that this is the equipment I'm using, they may not even know the difference. A really trained eye probably would. I mean, kind of to Scoop's point, whether it can, someone who really knows photography and video, at that level exposure, they'll understand the different focus, selective focus. They'll understand the difference between, real, natural bokeh, quote unquote, for example, versus artificial bokeh, right? But that takes a pretty trained eye, and they're getting so good now. It's sometimes even I have to do double takes, So yeah,
No, I agree 100% with that. I mean, it's a lot of things that could aid the video, enhance the video. It just depends how big is the person that asking you. If it's something small, because I've seen people that done weightings. I saw 2 channels and Chen do weightings with a phone because they wanted to push the phone to see how much the phone could do it. And one of them did excellent because and one of them, but in light environment, but it could be done. But this only could go so much. If you're at a certain point that you make a lot of money, for me, I was like, you don't have to get the most expensive camera, but take it to the next level because it's gonna give you more dividends. I don't know if you agree with me, Shark Fin, but I'm thinking at a certain point, if you get invited to events, CES and all that stuff, you could do it with the phone. It's fine, and there's no point. But there's a time it coming in a place that, oh, okay, this is really taking off. This is going to a whole new level. It's time to up the game. That's my take on that. I don't know if you agree.
yeah, no, I do absolutely. I mean, not everyone may reach that level. I mean, if you're a, what do they call, like an online gamer, like Twitch streaming or whatever, right? Maybe whatever they're using, they don't necessarily need a mirrorless or DSLR or whatever, right? It's just it's essentially, correct me if I'm wrong, it's kind of like, what is it, screen? I'm not even sure. I'm not a gamer. Screen sharing, something like that. So, you know,
Correct.
right.
But
So
also, then again, sometimes they buy high-end camera because they get invited to game convention, so they want their stuff to be more crispy.
sure,
Depend on the level that you are. So I'll
right.
say based on that and how much money you have, and how much your channel's bringing in, then you don't have to break the bank. You could buy a less expensive camera and make awesome. It's not about the equipment. It's about the knowledge and the output. If you're not there yet, don't waste money because, like I said, my analogy for the 5,500 million time, you're going to create potato video, it's going to be potato video, no matter how much expensive equipment you have.
Yeah, I would agree. Makes sense. Or did you say it's not the tools, it's the carpenter, right? Same thing, right? You have to know how to
So,
use it, whether it's
so
a phone,
coach,
tablet, mirrorless DSLR, whatever. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. The best equipment in the world won't matter if you're not implementing it properly. So yeah. Oh,
yeah,
hey,
master what you have and then improve.
yeah. That's our mutual friend, Coach Craig. Good day, mate. I had another question for you if you want. What's your
Yeah.
process? What's your process for selecting guests for your live streams? Like me.
Okay, so I gotta get to know you, and I already talked about it because I commingle this with other questions, and also look at the background, of the person, the body of work. It don't have to be a content creator. You could do body work and other social media. But if I'm comfortable, I approach you, and if it works, it works. And because I'm giving the value proposition. Yeah. Look, I'm like Sharfin. If I need to help you anything, let me know, and I help you. Because it's not always gimme, gimme, gimme. That don't work. People gonna see through through that. And be like, this person just one, and that's not even the right way. You want to be in right term. It's got to both.
Hmm.
It's not always what's in it for me, what's in it for you. But sometimes we're like, oh, I want to do it because I care for that person. But okay, that's fine if you got the time and everything. But
Right.
that's how big gets is quality videos, how many videos they got, how the equipment, not equipment, but how it's the video output and how they conduct them some social media.
Correct.
I don't want
Okay.
to AASSHOLE because you
Exactly.
can't have those people.
No, I agree. It has to be a fair trade, and there has to be a give and take. It can't just be that person's taking, but not giving anything back. So, 100% agree. Yeah.
Oh, this one. Did I answer this already?
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
My perfect camera, A9. That's a Sony, I think, right? A9.
Yeah, it's a very high end.
Yeah, A9 III global shutter Fuji color Sony. Oh, I see. Autofocus Nikon Z9. Nice scoop. You got me for a second there. Extract built-in grip Canon RF glass optic Ziva. Nice. Yeah, you got everything covered there. Like all 3 or 4 great brands all in one camera. That would be amazing. I got another one here for you.
Okay, good.
Let's see. I think we asked that already.
Well, you can make ones on top of your head if you want. It doesn't matter. You don't have to
Yeah.
close straight.
What advice can you give? Oh, here you go. What advice can you give to a new content creator? That's always a great question.
The number one thing is do it for the love, patience, and don't harp on the numbers. The number's gonna come. Don't be a slave to the number. The next thing advice is record not for the algorithm. Hey, if you like what you see, become part of my live stream. Become part of my group. T-Fun crew. See how I did it? That's an example. Be personable, relatable, and stop chasing the numbers because that's gonna be always on your head, and you're always gonna be like, I gotta make the perfect video if not gonna get views. It's not like that if you're starting. That's from a perspective of starting. If you're already established and you ask me that question again because you left and you're coming back, I'll say, yeah, the same thing, patience. I don't know if it makes sense, but I try my best on that question.
I think it does. Yeah. I don't think my mic was working right or the Bluetooth. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound perfectly fine. You sound the same so far. Haven't
Yeah,
changed.
but it's not. It's really strange. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, as long as it sounds good, I guess that's fine. Let's see. Yeah, that's a Franken camera. That's for sure. Let's see. And so what's the most important lesson you've learned as a content creator?
Things gonna work out. Patient. I mean, patient to a certain degree because you cannot be waiting for 7 years to things to get work. That's not feasible. But patient, 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 and keep working on your craft to make everything you do better. And if you're doing things, do it because you love it. Without love, there's nothing's gonna work because people are gonna see through your fakeness. That's my advice.
Yeah, I like it. I would agree. What is Scoop saying? I do it for the soul crushing anxiety and nachos. Yeah, definitely the nachos, Scoop. I got your
Oh yeah, I
I
want
got
some
your back on
natural.
that. Yeah. Oh my god. I think that's all I had. Let me.
Okay, so it's fine. And um,
Oh, what's he saying? I'm going live on my basketball channel on Sunday.
go ahead, read it. I'll stay quiet.
I'm going live on my basketball channel on Sunday, my time, meaning he's in Australia. I think it's 15 hours or 16 hours ahead. Saturday night, your time. What do you do to prepare for a live stream? Yeah, there you go.
Make sure my equipment is all charged up. Test the equipment. Make sure that everything's plugged in. The audio, because I've been doing that for half an hour. Make sure everything's plugged in. Test it. What else I say? Do you have anything you could add? What else?
For live streams?
Yeah.
Just try to be prepared as much as you can. Don't over. I got a little stressed out today. It was a long story, but long story short, I was like, I got up really early. I had stuff to do, and then I took like a very mini nap much earlier this afternoon, but then I got got up a little later than I wanted to. Got a phone call. I had to go to the store. Made me a little rush coming back. So I was a little late again. Apologies, like I said. But if you don't have to, and now my Bluetooth isn't working for whatever reason with Melon. So for whatever reason, so the idea would be to not be in that motor position. I'm pretty much I'm pretty much comfortable at the point I think on camera. So I'm good to go there, and I have the questions prepared. But the idea is bring the levels down, relax, try to quote unquote be yourself, be authentic, whatever, and just let it rip. I mean, but if whatever you can do to do like check and what's great about Streamlabs, Millen, which is this one, right? StreamYard, they're all the same. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think even Zoom and other platforms, right? Is they give you like that preview, like green room as we call it, right? So you can kind of test the camera angles, check your lighting, check your sound, and then if tech woes come up, they come up. But at least you were ready when the time
Okay.
came. You were ready to go, and
That's
something
my
happens
second
after that. There are things that are going to happen that you have no control over, but at least you went in. You
already illustrated my point perfectly with the tech ball, and that's another part. If you do your live stream, no matter how you repair, if you get a tech ball, don't let it go all broken apart. Because I did that once because I couldn't handle it. Now I know how to handle it. You got to continue through that tech ball because you might be able working, but sometimes you can't be like, oh, tech ball. That don't sound professional and going crazy and getting mad. You be like, okay, I'm gonna do this for like 1 or 2 minutes. If it's prolonging 6, 7 minutes, you might as well kill the live stream. Don't let your viewers just hanging there and waiting. If the table is not going to fix itself, you'll be like, okay, I'm cutting off. I'm coming back in half an hour to continue this. If y'all want to be part of it, I much appreciate it. Or you could do 10 to 15 minutes, whatever. But if the initial transmission of the live stream isn't working, it's fine. I mean, later on, you could edit it and make it into a live stream or edit a video and then release it again as a premiere. There's forms that you could still get away with it if you still want to harp on being a live stream video. But walls, you gotta know how to take them because they could take you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, power through, or like someone said, the show must go on, right? And that was great. What'd you say?
One more thing, have moderators and stuff like that because you don't know if you get. I mean, if you need me, I'm here. I don't care. I mean, just let me know. And my brother, I'm willing to help. So you're gonna have at least a lot of contingency. It's not only the equipment, and also you might get, quote unquote, local, meaning in English, crazy people. So you never know, or bots or anything you need to move, because you're running the show. You can't do everything. Sometimes you just miss something. So
that's absolutely true.
Great advice and show must go on. Oh yeah, that's true. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to ask me that is not related? It's not related to the question that you can make up, or it's up to you. Now we could have an open discussion of anything. It's your show today.
What is it? What did Craig? I could read that if you want.
Yeah.
I will add you both as mods in my live. If you show up, you show up. If not, okay too. I don't expect all the people. Yeah, thanks, Craig. And fair enough. Yeah, happy to help if I can be there.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to get in, not today, but I think I'm gonna make a show that's very important on mods because this country. I mean, I know it's not tech, but still, I want to talk to it, and I don't know if I'm doing here or doing Clubhouse or whatever medium I use, but it's very important subject to talk about because when I was in that live stream yesterday, I learned so much about having modding. You know what I mean? Some people just want to be mods just to be like, oh, I'm in mod with 200K subscribers. I mean, that don't mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, another thing. I think little thing we forgot to mention. Some people make use of. I know. I think some of our mutual friends like Gigi, Kimmy, and others, and others out there as well. What is it? Chatbot. I think that's a nice tool. And speaking of kind of AI, before people were using the AI buzzword over the last year and a half, but that I think it's been around a few years, right? So I can explain it if you want for anyone who doesn't know. I think probably most people here.
Go ahead.
Sure, but for Replay Crew, it's basically just what it says. It's kind of like I guess you program it, right, and it just sort of acts like it's an automated monitor that's monitoring the chat. You can put in certain keywords, whether they're profanity, anything that's racist, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, xenophobic, homophobic, whatever. You can set it all up, and it looks for keywords. It basically does what a moderator would do. And maybe not be able to catch everything, like something that's more spammy, right? That's not, but you can certainly weed out a lot of the. And I think you can do that for YouTube comments, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, Nightbot, Chatbot. People have different terms for it, Craig. Exactly.
Correct.
And there you go, sharkfin phobic. Exactly.
Yeah, because that's one thing that I learned in all this, content creation, especially on the live stream, because that's my main thing that I'm doing a lot. It just, be prepared for take. Well, that's one. The other, then out of order. Talk to the person as human. Look in the camera. Try to be personable, funny, witty with it, and make everybody feel like you just a family, just a gathering, and have a good day. If the topic's more serious, then you get into more serious stuff, and that's all. And this is a learning experience because you're running the show. Yeah, it was, here and there miss, but it's fine. You know what I mean? But
yep.
Why I did this, because I wanted you to get the experience at home of being a host. So it's good.
Right.
I'm paying it forward. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, thanks. As you always, great, very generous with your time and advice for not just me, but so many other people out there on this app, on Twitter Spaces, Clubhouse, you name it. So yeah, thank you. It's always good stuff.
Yeah, that is true. You got to take things, how they come.
Yeah, that's all we can do, right?
Yeah, now it's open discussion. So now that we open discussion, because we discussed me a lot, I'm actually a couple questions if you don't mind, because I'm gonna stay here like 15 more minutes because I didn't come late, but I want to give you a little bit more time. It's nothing bad.
Yeah. Well, I was late, so
it's fine.
Yeah, I'm glad you weren't. That's the main thing. So.
Yeah, I decided not to do that no more. Try my hardest unless something bad happens, because people look at that. And you could lose a brand deal because of that. People will be like, he's not reliable. A lot of stuff. People do. Once you put your face out there, people do their research if you're the best fit for their campaign, whatever they're looking for that date and time.
Well, so you can even just lose subs because people just say, "Oh, this person is not reliable," and I only have so much time, and I blacked out between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern time, and this person isn't here, so I'm not going to wait around. Maybe they think you cancel it, you're not coming, or some tech woe, and they may just disappear and not come back and check again.
And God forbid a tragic happen, you never know. So,
that's different.
The question that I was going to ask you, as the few times that you hosted in different social media, for me or others, because you interviewed Chintu, how you found that experience? Because pretty soon you said you was going to go live streaming, run the show. How you find
Right.
it? It's easy? Find it difficult or it's intimidating? I don't know. Or what type of mind frame you say? I'll give you an example how I did it. I did it after the first week. I did the same thing as blogging. No, I'm gonna be normal. I'm not gonna get things get me wherever you're not think I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna be as I can as a human being that I can, and I'm gonna go for it. It's just an object. Why I'm being afraid of something that is not physically hurting me? But go ahead, you can answer now.
Yeah. No, and thanks to other people and as well as you and other, I think that's part of it. Not just on audio, like you say, Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse, but even here on YouTube on camera, I feel much more comfortable. I did even, I would even say I've been doing it for probably it'll be 3 years, maybe this summer, maybe a little less. And then again,
Yeah,
it's
I
not all
agree.
the time, but it's enough where I don't feel like, sometimes I catch myself being a little twitchy or whatever. But it's not like I'm nervous, I don't know what to say, or I'm freezing, or it feels more natural than it's if anything, it's just getting better. Like it just sort of refines itself, right? And as far as the interviewing thing goes, I mean, that's, as you know, for anyone in the audience that doesn't know, I was a journalist before I went into finance. So it's that's our bag, and I love
Mhm.
interviewing people. So we that part of the right, well, it involves more writing, but whether it's writing or verbal, it's the same thing, right? So
I agree. And also, I got a funny story if you don't mind, since we, it's open discussion today.
yeah, go for
I was like, let me see how my beard look. I want to let it grow. I don't do hardly that. And then this little girl, she said, "You look like." I felt weird because this year, this day and age, you don't see Smurf. She's like, "You look like Papa Smurf." And the father said, "Don't say that." And he looked at me.
it.
No, I'm teaching my children to watch through YouTube all their cartoons. So I'm teaching the '90s and the '80s cartoons, and it was funny. She called me Papa Smurf because I was wearing all blue. My blue sweater that I won
Oh,
with Professor Ness and
right.
stuff like that. So I was all blue. She's like, "Oh, you look like Papa Smurf." I started laughing.
Why did he have a beard? I don't even know. I never watched the
Yes, I
story.
had
So
the beard, so he
oh,
got a
okay.
beard. So I
That's
was just
funny.
wow. It was
Yeah,
funny.
that is funny. No, as long as you took it well, that's what matters. It
No,
wasn't,
that's fine. I mean,
an
she was
insult.
she was like 6 or 7, so no harm in that.
Right.
I was like,
Yeah.
cool.
But that's one thing. That's the great thing about kids, right? No filter. They'll just say whatever's on their mind. They don't think twice about, oh, they don't really understand the word concept of like insult or hurting someone. It's like, oh, just say whatever.
Yeah, but the this time it was not
It was
insult. It just said, yeah.
it wasn't done with ill intent, and it wasn't hurt or meant to be. But the point is, they'll. I got a quick one for you. I remember I was about 10 years ago or so at my second big brokerage firm I was with,
Mhm.
right? So one of our she had been our manager, then she had become like more project manager on the development side of things, right? And anyway, I think, was it her? No, I'm sorry, it wasn't even her. I think it was someone. I don't know if it was her or someone else that was having a baby, right? I think what was her name? Well, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't say her last name, but I can't remember her first. I think it was Wendy. Her name was Wendy. So anyway, she was in her office, and I think somebody she was working with was having a woman was pregnant, was going to have a baby, and getting ready to go on maternity leave, right? So she, so she had how a lot of women will bring in the, what is it called, the picture, the X-ray, the sonogram, right? So the the pictures of the baby, and one of Wendy's kids, who was probably like in that same age range as the little girl who said to you about the Smurf thing earlier today,
Yeah.
looks at it and goes, "Oh my God, that looks like that mommy to his mom, Wendy," and goes, that looks like an alien. Is that an alien?"
Yeah, crazy.
It's like, cut. What are you doing? And she, of course, you might say, without being harsh, she scolded. It's like, no, it's not an alien. That's a baby, just like you were, a few years back. You apologized to whatever the younger woman's name was, who was one of the employees who was, that had the sonogram picture,
Mhm.
and that was very mean. Don't say her baby looks like an alien. Would you want someone to think of you as an alien when you looked that way inside your mother, or whatever. So, but that's it. Kids just have no filter. They'll just say whatever they want, pretty much.
Mhm. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is what I like about content creation, especially any platform. But YouTube give you a lot of benefits. People might not see it. People might get frustrated because of numbers, but you learn a lot of skills. Who thought I could be, us could be good in camera? Who thought we could be, good on audio? Working on different stuff, and you get better as the time goes. It give you a lot of skills that if you were to pay for, it would cost more money. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna work hard to learn them on your own, but I'm happy with my skill set so far. Where YouTube had teach me, I call it YouTube University because I learned so much from it.
Hmm. Yeah, I would agree.
Started messing with Canva, I didn't know, and the boom, boom, boom. I was just like, oh, okay, now I know how to use it, stuff like that. So you get a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And it depends how fast you grab concepts. But there's tutorials. If something's not working out, you go to the next person. Out of not every professor is going to be the best professor. So you get my point.
Correct. Yeah. Oh, that's a great point. And actually, you can't. I mean, you don't need to go too crazy and have like in journalism again, going back to that hat for a second.
Mhm.
We always want to have like at least two sources for something that was a rumor or a story. As it was breaking, as opposed to just one. That doesn't mean you have to go try to get three or four or five. That could be overkill, right? And actually
Mhm.
might delay. It might actually delay things, but at least have two reputable sources. Yeah. So that's a great point. And you could apply that same thing to learning content creation, right? YouTube plus someone that you trust who knows the stuff, and then you can cross check them against each other or against maybe Google or something or
Mhm.
what have you, so other but without having to look up, because if you're just looking to too many sources for the same information, it's what do they call analysis paralysis. It's hard to move forward
Mhm.
onto the next thing and next level. You want me to read that?
Yeah.
Mr. Noble says, so I started talking with some developers on apps. I think they have been asking for my recommendations. Yeah, that's great.
Oh yeah, I did that with this special app that I got. That it's sort of like a Pomodoro app, but it's love. I gotta send it to you. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna. No, it's not gonna work. She did it for iOS. Never mind. But
Mm.
it's a tremendous app. Let me see if I can pull it up if you give me a second. I love this app. See if I can find the name of it. Um, yeah, it's an excellent app. I don't know the name because I'm gonna start using it, but let me see if I can find it. And no, it stopped with an O. I think. Did I pass it? Let me see. Give me some. Let me see. Sorry for the dead air and space. I'm looking for the app.
Oh, that's
I
okay.
want to be.
Oh, one that you're
Oh, here offline. She made this app, and she said developer, but she would go. Let me see why it went black. Well, this is the tutorial, but it's called offline. She was getting and she took a class because she learned self-taught developer, and she was working for Google, and she took a sabbatical because she was in her 20s. I don't know if I told you this before. And she decided to do this app. She was going to school, but she said, look, I only been here 3 weeks. It's a master's 15 weeks. I want to get the app. I already got experience coding. So she went and did it herself. And she learned. And then she got a designer. But the app, I love it because it forces you to do, say you want to stop this and go back to content creation. I mean, to, not content creation, to waste time. The app will give you like 30 seconds. It'll kick you back and it'll lock everything. So if you set it for 2 hours, you are asked out. Excuse my language, but you gotta be.
interesting.
Yeah, so you out of luck. So the app is forcing you just to be strictly doing whatever you need to do for the 2 hours that you set it, 3 hours, or how many hours you set it, because
Mm.
it's like putting a lock on all your social media that you don't get distracted. So and more. The app is very, very, very advanced. When I finish, I'm gonna put it on the description link because it's very useful. And I
I
didn't
like
pay
that.
for it; I got it for free.
So
Um,
it's a time management program, sort of like I know there's a few of them out there, but yeah, I like that.
yeah. So let me see if I can
Okay.
open it. I'm opening with my Face ID, the best thing. See, give you an example if you could see it. Oh wait, is it too bright? Bring it
Yeah.
down. Oops, that's not it.
Oh, welcome to access exit. Oh, okay, cool.
It's
Yeah,
very nice. It's very, very. She worked
wow,
with a designer, very
that is good.
professional. They got so many stuff,
It
and
almost
they
looks like
told
a
me,
battery, one of those like on my Samsung, the battery. What do they call them? Battery optimization, or
"Oh, it's
power.
more.
Yeah,
It got routines. You
right.
could do routines.
Hmm. I like that.
It got so many stuff. Profile. It got so many stuff that you could do. This app is well implemented, and this is not just this is just the homepage that I show you. They got more, but just giving people a little bit. I love this app, so it's gonna help me out a lot.
I like it. Yeah.
Too
Yeah. Let me
bad it's
know.
not for Android.
Oh, it's only iOS.
Yeah, she did. She's an app developer for iOS.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, maybe you never
Mhm.
know. Maybe that'll change. Right.
Mhm.
Cool.
It seemed that one looked good, great. Oh yeah, it is very great. I'll post it there, and you could grab the link, Mister Mister Noble. I can't even talk. So I don't know if you want to close it or you think we've done enough. It's up to you if you want to continue. It
Yeah,
don't
I
matter to
know. But
me.
say hi to Ibani. He's asking to come on, but I think I think that's Lewis's call. But I think we're looking to wind it down at this point. Right?
Sorry, I don't know how to drink water. What the heck?
It happens.
I bit my lip, so my apologies. I'm like a little
You're
kid.
fine.
Bonnie, well, next time we could talk, DM me, and I could get you in on another time. I appreciate that. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that, it was one on one. So, I mean, you always welcome. You've been here. So, yeah, for next time, we're going to do it because I don't like my live stream to be 3 hours. Oh, another thing, since we doing and talking about this, too long a live stream, you lose a lot on the watch time, too, for the replay.
You mean because people won't stay around that long unless it's
Yeah,
really
the tune
compelling.
out and everything. Doing 2 3 hours is no. An hour 30 an hour. That's the people stay.
Mhm. Yeah.
If it's an hour and 15 minutes, I've done it. But anything above an hour and 30 minutes, you and even those 15 minutes, sometimes depending on the subject, if it's dying down, it's fine. But honestly, I will never prolong because of all that's done.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's always exceptions to that rule, but overall, I 100% agree with you. I
Live
mean,
streaming is hard.
screaming, yes, with screaming, I like it. That's a typo or Ching's being funny, but either way, it's great. We love Ching.
Yeah, I'll get you next
Um,
time. We'll talk because I want to.
yeah.
Okay, so,
But no,
what?
but that, I mean, like this, what is it, Club Shay Shay that kind of went viral. You've heard of it, remember I think through Alicia Fit or whatever, our mutual friend. And,
Mhm.
that's Shannon Sharp, the former NFL wide receiver. And, he really was, he certainly is a somebody. He's a celebrity going in. And a couple of his live streams are like 3 hours long. But that's because people just have this insatiable appetite for celebrity gossip, right? So they can I think the one that
Yeah, it
started that.
depends on the subject, but for
Yeah.
not confined, that's
For
a wrong
most, yeah,
terminology. For a
yeah,
specific topic, it's not feasible. Let me put it
right,
that easy way.
right. He had the one that went viral with that comedian. I can't remember his name, but that's an exception. That's the exception to the rule. And then again, being a celebrity, talking about something that can be wordy and people will watch it because they're just addicted to it, like the Kardashians, as I call them, or whatever. But generally speaking, I agree with you that an hour and a half is good, or less.
Oh yeah, he changed the account. It's okay because he got multiple channels. Our friend Greg, you are welcome, bro, mother. Well, thanks everybody for coming in. If you like what you see, if you're part of the replay crew, like, subscribe. Don't forget all this wonderful thing. Should I finish this? No, I'm not gonna say for you. But sometimes in the future he'll do videos. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well,
I'm not gonna be
actually, speaking
familiar.
of live streams, that'll be probably the main cornerstone of my channel. But and some shorts, I need to bump up my editing game to really make longer videos. But yeah, one step at a time, right? And if anyone who hasn't already smashed the like button, please do it now before you leave. We appreciate it.
And thank you everybody for supporting. And I'll do the same thing. With that said, don't forget to stay techie. Peace, everybody. Bye.
Peace.